Yeah, I just had to mute the laptop, Robert. So I was out after yesterday afternoon and came back, and it was a coma until the last 15 minutes spurt. All right, so it looks like we're live here. Let's rock and roll. All right, spiders here. So daily bottom left, red bar ignored, breakout, market in full party mode. Yeah, thanks, Alex. Yeah, I took delivery of my new boat. I'll send you a picture of it later. So full out party mode, Santa Claus rally, kept going with Fed. There's now increasing talk about people criticizing the Fed for putting themselves into a box, so to speak, of not having any ammunition if their perfect scenario of a soft landing, inflation coming in doesn't come to fruition. And we talked yesterday, and I put in the weekend letter about, all right, everyone's in full party mode. Money flow suggests continued bullishness through, the first week or two of January. Um, but we're up a lot. We're up from here to here, but there's no reversal. So, the bull and bear rubber band can get disconnected and go much greater than fundamentals all the time. So 15-minute chart. It was boring all afternoon. I can see that. Glad I was out taking delivery of a new boat. And then pop into the closing at the high, new daily high, new weekly high, new yearly high. And so that was 100% confidence. So when I talk about, okay, you guys keep talking about a turn, what do you want? Well, I'll tell you. And they go from low to high. Today, MT Live, we're talking about tails, bottoming tails, topping tails. It's going to be a real good session. We put together a lot of great slides, so I highly recommend you attend, even if you're a veteran trader. You can always pick up on a couple nuances, I guarantee you. So, okay, the turn. Yesterday's low is the first turn. Does that mean I'm going to start shorting away? Uh, I don't know. It's a minor turn. On what's today? Wednesday. Under Monday's low is okay. I traded under 2 bars now, so that's better. But even if we did trade under 2 bars, look at my horizontal line in connection with this wide range bar here and the move from here to here. It was it's going to be a very minor turn. Yeah, he is done. He's having FP&L power issues, so he'll be in whenever power's up. So there's a difference between short-term turns where we can do credit spreads, we can ride the elevator back down on strong stocks, et cetera. But what we define major support as the prior pivot low prior to the higher high. So the pivot low is this red bar. So that is far away. So these are we still, the market internals are cooked. They're to the side of there's too much bullishness out there. You know, let's say you have 100 people buying Apple computer, all right, and you're all sitting around at happy hour. All 100 of you are bullish, and you are the only. Let's just say you're the only traders. All 100 of you. Hey, Tom, are you bullish on Apple? Yep, I'm in. Yep. So the point I'm getting at when you have excessive bullishness is all the bulls are already in. They're already invested. So who's going to drive it higher when everybody's bullish? They're already in. So that's why it's a contrarian indicator to us at extremes. All right, so we're gapped. So for day trading, this is getting off to a good start. for the shorts, for day trading, provided, we'll watch it 5, 10, 15 minutes, provided it can't bounce, provided it stays, I would say, just eyeball in here. Let's just call it 470, 450 on the spiders. As long as it can't get back up there in the first 30 minutes. I know, Don, you love this SPX credit spread, so do we. I'm all for, just arbitrarily 15-minute low, stop yesterday's high, 0 DTE call spreads today. That's my bias so far. Diamonds, that's bullish as can be daily. So I got a totally different bias on a 15-minute chart for scalping day trades versus the daily. It's still a buy on a pullback. It's just up a lot. IWM, that's bullish. It's a small bull rectangle. There's my flagpole. Went sideways 4 days, closing breakout. That one, see, this one has a pivot here, so I really don't see anything there. All right, Qs, same, strong. Let's look at a couple of earnings here and see what some maybe playgrounds and focus stocks can be for us today. I'm looking for comments here. All right, FedEx. FedEx is sending some shivers. Some shivers in the transportation stocks. So with 99% confidence, the IYT is going to be gapping down today. With Powerhouse, FedEx, and UPS getting whacked. 249. That is a monster ugly big gap. Look at this horizontal line with this major support at the 50 MA, and it's gapping $2 under that. That's ugly. And look, pre-market, it's not bouncing. So, but my bias is something gapping that big, it's a real company. 30-minute high, my bias is put spread for Friday. But let's see what pans out. Always look at the cousins. Alex already mentioned this. UPS is the cousin, obviously. 155, 55. So yeah, that is, as Alex correctly said, a bear island reversal. You can have one or more bars, and it's as long as it's gapping in the opposite direction, leaving air. You have unfilled decisive gaps on both sides. That's an island reversal. So that's bearish too. But this one's gapping more to support. So I really don't have a bias on this either, but I'll definitely be watching it. A couple Climos here. Costco, I had on my watch list yesterday as a call spread. And I said in the green room before I left, I said, you know what? Today, which was tomorrow, yesterday, I said under yesterday's low, I think we're good to go on a call spread. So that's gapping down under these two bullish green bars. So that's off to a good start for a call spread. Look at this Avgo machine. It's a climactic sell setup. I'm pretty sure that's all-time highs. Wow, look at the size of that monthly bar. That looks, well, this one's close too. But wow, these are like the biggest monthly bars of the stock's entire life. So remember I talked about the excessive bullishness of the broader market. This is a picture of excessive bullishness too. Look at the volume. Those are all bulls buying as it's going higher. Of course, they're selling into it also, but the bulls won the bar, which means they were confidently buying. So that's on a call spread. Well, I agree, Robert, but okay, but you got to go through the other traits of our checklist, right? So, for example, if you were trading this as a 1, 2, 3, fine, fine. Your stop's under last week's low. Fine. Okay. So that's one thing. Multiple time frames is the dailies, too darn extended. They're not good entries. Thirdly, what are the broader markets doing? What are the semiconductor ETF doing? What's the market internals doing? Right. So those are other traits that we consider before hitting the mouse, the buy button. Building. No, Don. No. We'll do MT Live today, and no, he better well go to a friggin' hotel or a Starbucks store if he doesn't have power. We're in the 21st century, Just because your beautiful little townhouse doesn't have it doesn't mean the show stops. All right, Adobe. Alex, I think I know you. And so I think you're looking at a sell setup, gap down under yesterday's low as a short-term short. Yeah. All right, back to earnings here. We don't have many. Just $64. That's a bearish gap. We'll come back to you. Live. No volume, you're going. TTC. There's a bottoming pattern. Daily, weekly. Now, the folks in the green room know I do this all the time when we review earnings trades the prior day. Well, we review them the day of for anticipation of the earnings release. This would have been one that I would have said, if it opens flat, buy it over the high. But now, man, oh man, it's a big gap. So yeah, my bias, 30-minute low, short a call spread for Friday, because under the excessive gap rule, it's a bullish gap, but we're traders, and I think it's excessive if it can take out a 30-minute low. Why? Because then it doesn't have any more demand to drive it higher, or at least that's what the implication would be at the time. Roku short. Yeah. Now these two lows are so close, Stephen. I would wait for it to take out Monday's low. But sure. Now this is going to be right out of today's MT Live on tails. Now look, what was the message of this tail? The message is this was a big green bar at the high. Close with a topping tail under the open. Now there was no tradable event right then. So I call that, danger, Will Robinson bar. But then the next day you had a closing breakdown. Yeah, so that's a good pattern now, and you have a void. I would say target, and target is $89. That's $5. Where am I? Winnebago. 71. Gapping here. That's a bearish gap. That's a call spread idea. This CS 1175. That's a bearish gap under all this support. 30-minute low. Maybe day trade short. WOR. Can't tell where it's opening. But any stock that rallies like this into earnings, the green room knows. I don't care if you open up, down, or sideways. 30-minute low, I have a bearish bias. It just ran too much. Man, See how we teach volume? We don't care about average volume. We care about spike volume, and then you see what the message is on the chart. Look at this igniting volume on this breakout. Wow. Wow. All right. These are just other miscellaneous things. Cream got a downgrade, 30-minute low, call spread idea for Friday. Baba had favorable Barron's mentioned. I'm watching this on some type of pullback, maybe to give me some type of W bottom. And then I'll be looking for a put spread. It's in a downtrend still. APTV, we're already in this, but this is a picture of a beautiful new long setup because the markets are so extended. We already talked about today's gap down. We talked about different levels of the turn. So new trades, new long trades are not going to be easy. But if let's say the market recovers, takes out a 30-minute high, and we're back into the year-end Christmas party. This is an ad over yesterday's high. That's a bullish pattern. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4. AVD, very similar. Very similar. Broke out from a bottoming pattern, big old void. We're in this one also. Hasbro, we have put spread. We have the 47.5 put spread, but now it's a 1, 2, 3. So I set an alarm right at this 15-minute breakdown area. 52.10, 15-minute chart. Because then over the high, it's a 1, 2, 3 breakout. All right, Abgo, we talked about a TV. My alarm went off. I see one print up here at 343. But this is like an inverse head and shoulders with a price void with a little bull rectangle on the weekly. Alex and Sam like Alpha November. Little bull 1, 2, 3 with I'm just not crazy about the void, but that's a bullish 15-minute chart. I would like more so a put spread under this green bar, the 200, if there's any juice. ALB bottoming pattern. Look, it all started with this breakdown failure and deep retracement. So that's a nice bottoming pattern with this big old void. Yep. UPS, Roku, we talked about. Let's go up now. AVT, this is a, did I talk about that? No. So we're in this one too, I think. Another bullish consolidation after a wide range breakout. Target over here, target $51. That looks good. DTC, breakdown failure, slopping around. It's on my long list. Oh, it's actually gapping up here. So that's relative strength since the market is gapping down. So that's could be a 30-minute high. Alpha November, we just talked about. AEHR bottoming pattern needs to slop around more. NEO was a gap breakout on Monday. This is an EV stock. Look at Ribbon ripped here. We had a put spread, I think, on this, but wow, that turned out to be a nice directional. Etsy, nice 180 reversal. Some folks in the green room had a nice day trade on that yesterday. Remex, I think this is you, Alex, saying you were buying it. Has room, 64. AW, another one of these like 1, 2, 3, 4s. Got rejected though. I'll keep it on my list for another day or so. NTAP, that's a bull rectangle. big flagpole. And so, or, flag, rectangle, call it whatever you want. But I see one print down here. Shillis bottoming pattern, nothing to do. Baba, we talked about. PayPal's been on the PayPal buy setup after this breakout. Let's see if it can go sideways. Shop has been strong, daily, weekly, monthly. I'm going to set an alarm, 79 and a quarter. So that's another good example of one that is a continuation pattern that's not far from the 20. So that and weekly, monthly are in alignment. PNC Stephen, long above yesterday's high. It's, for me, I call that, getting on board a moving train. And so when you get on, I don't like them far from the 20, particularly with the market internals bearish. So now with the little warning shot on the gap down in the market, I would be very careful playing, getting on board moving trains. Finally, you got a 15-minute way extended. Yeah, no, I was just gonna, right. That was my final step here. Final step was, let's see what the sector's doing. I think we had Cree in our ETF letter on this breakout here. We had a beautiful gain. And I'm pretty sure, Stephen, we had PNC over here on this breakout. We traded the regional or regional whatever banks. We're very aggressive on that breakout. AI, this thing's just too wild for me. So look at that tail. Look at the tail. So the bulls still won the daily bar without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's a big green real body. But it's a 50% topping tail. So that means the bears slapped it back down. It got too extended. So it needs to rest. Wex was one of these continuation bars, but as now there's no big target. Chewy, Chewy. I think this was on our list yesterday. A gap breakout. I think it got an upgrade or something. I think the news, but now you missed the entry. But I think $25 is in the cards. Real Chewy. FDF. Wow, that got sloppy. Wow, and that tail is real. How do I know that's real? Look on a smaller time frame. Look, it almost went up there to 470. That is a crazy tail. You know what I gotta get a picture of, do y'all remember Tug of War? Remember Tug of War, either in high school or when you were at a corporate tug of war. Yeah. When you're pulling the rope. Here, this is this, like the upper right. Look at the upper right image. I'm gonna grab that image and I'm gonna put it in today's MT Live. You know why? Because that's how I like explaining a tail. Just think about it. The stock opened here, 445. So the bears started off with a 5-minute victory, right? And then Team Blue came back and said, not so fast, homie. and they were in total command. And then Team Red said, look, we're getting our butts kicked, or do y'all want to go home like this, or do you want to give it a little fighting chance? And then they recovered, 80% of lost ground. That's how a tail is made, is an intraday battle. So yeah, I'm gonna grab that screenshot and put it on the slide today. All right, Epsel I know had earnings yesterday. It's one of these junk, green deal kind of things. Costco we talked about, call spread idea. Wex, AW, a sewer. A sewer bottoming pattern. Just not sure of the target, but that's a bottoming pattern, daily, weekly. Sam, here's your Lexmark. Hey, Lexmark closed strong. Let's keep that on the list. Hey, Dodge, do you know what Lexmark's symbol was in the old days? Little trivia question. I know, Scott. I know. I mess with Alex like that all the time. Like I call it Hilton Hyatt. I say that RCL is in the transport sector, things like that. Um, all right, where was it? So you don't know? Okay, well that means to me, Dodge, that you were not an avid trader. Apple and Microsoft perking here pre-market. All right, so that might put a floor, and Meta too, and Google. All right, so I think that's going to put a little floor in the pre-market low of the Qs. So if we bounce around, for 20, 30 minutes, like I said, and then take out the low after giving up this morning or strength that I'm witnessing right now, then that supports our, day trade short buys. But Doc, it was LKX. LKX was Lexmark. I'm pretty sure. It actually used to be a good trading stock. All right, EPAC. Oh, nice, nice EPAC. We're in this. Shoot, sell half. My alarm did go off. Sell half right now, pre-market. EPAC. That's a 10% gap up. 10. So that is beautiful. All right, why is it not moving now? The market's open and it's still stuck there at 33.97. Yeah, 2/3 is actually a very, very good plan. Why is it not moving? All right, I got it in a window. All right, hey YouTubers, have a great day. Any questions?